Oh.
I'm back.
Oh, that's okay. I pushed that a lot forward.
My face looks so red. Is it lighting or is I'm actually red?
I mean, you were laughing pretty hard, so.
Okay.
How's the cutoff there? Are you slouching? Stop slouching. There we go. I slouch.
I was
So-
slouch. So I think my car is a slopes.
Slouch.
Is that good?
Yeah. Well, you tell me. You can see yourself. Is there a delay?
There's a bit of delay.
Sit up straight. There's a bit of delay.
So I just paused it.
Oh, you paused it.
I play it.
How's the video? How's the audio? If you can let us know,
That's good.
just to make sure. I want to make sure everything's good.
We're good. Hey guys, Jerry, Dennis, Justin, Perry, Speedster, Brian Fergie, Joe, my lovely wife. See you watching. Looking and sounding well.
You know what it is? It's all that sun you've been getting outdoors.
Yeah.
Cool tan, bro.
It's this fireplace. Like turn the
Gotta get the marshmallows.
turn the fire down. It's getting hot in here. Jeez. Some hot chocolate. DL&W 664 Productions. Welcome.
We aren't gonna start momentarily. Usually we let everyone join up and whatnot. Is there other streams going on right now? It's hard to keep track. There's so many.
So many. Choo Choo, welcome.
Got lots to talk about tonight, so not a lot to show though. You know, it was a very slow month, I'd say, for things coming out. Usually, what happens is like 3 days, 2-3 days before the actual show. That's when everything hits the stores, and then it's too late to order it in, talk about it. So I always have to get the stuff at the beginning of the month, especially with like the way the mail has been shipping lately.
Lots of delays.
I think they said that they're 3 weeks behind, is what I heard.
I believe it. Sure Rock Company Models, welcome. Some new names in the chat. Watching. Hey Tom. I'm out of the house the first time in what, 3 months?
Since February. That was the last. Well, we did the live train running in March, but we didn't get to do the GVO after dark. So the last GVO that we did together was February.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, I forgot to drive. I was hitting the brake and the gas, and 3 months I had driven a car.
it's weird.
The sun, I was like, oh, sunlight.
Sunlight.
Jeez.
Stepped outside. I think I might have only filled up my tank twice in a matter of, well, since March, basically.
Yeah. It's cheaper too, right?
Yeah.
So nice.
As long as it stays under $1, I don't complain.
Yeah. Hey, John. Hey, Fred. E. I'm out of my Fred and bubble. Inside joke between Fred and I. Fred's that four-letter word you can't say on YouTube. Inside joke. I'll explain to you later.
Whenever I hear the name Fred, I always think, what is it? Flashing rear end device, or flashing end of train device, something like that. The thing that goes at the very end.
Sometimes I'm a goose. Is that it?
No, you can put it on like a normal car. They sell those, and then.
That's what I'm saying though. With like now that there's no boost.
Yeah, now
there's that.
Yeah.
Monorailer, what's up, yo? Hey, Roy. Dwight. No social distancing. Yeah, 6 feet. We're good.
I tried to hug him when he got here. He wouldn't let me. I miss hugging strangers. It's been a rough couple of months.
There's actually a plexiglass here that you can't see.
Yeah, it's so thin.
Plus this fire that Chris has going on in the fireplace, it's burning all the germs. We're good.
I sprayed him down with Lysol when he walked through the door.
Hey, Roy. Container Man's in the house.
Too bad we couldn't find like those Breaking Bad hazmat suits. You know.
I looked, trust me, I looked.
No, you probably, yeah. Is it 8?
It's 8:04.
Oh, 8:04. We're late. Well, this is GVO After Dark. It's that once a month show where it gives us all an excuse to put on pants. So this month, this is number 20, episode number 20. Well, no, sorry. Yeah, technically, but it's season 2, episode 8. Doing it by seasons. Like Friends, where we know everybody's names, right? Or no, that's Cheers. So close.
That's right, Bill.
So close. I'm Go Beer, Go Home, and for the first time in like 4 months,
Yeah.
Eminem Rams. Mark? Y'all know.
So glad to be back.
It's been a minute. I almost forgot how to do this.
The seat still has my butt groove in it though, so that's nice. It's like an hour left.
Well, you got an hour or so to work it back in. It'll remember you. And we've got lots to talk about. In this episode, we've got new announcements from Athearn, Atlas, Rapido, and Bowser. New in store, stuff from Rapido, Athearn, Walters, Atlas. We find out if his beard is real. We got news, bad news, from MTH. We're going to talk about some new items that just came in, and we're going to unbox a couple of them here right in front of you. We're going to talk about the live show, the Running Trains Live, which is another live show. And we're going to talk about, like, I'm moving, so there's that. What? Yeah, this is like the last episode at this house. So after this, we're burning the sucker down, and we're just gonna go over and build a new layout.
Can't wait.
I'm excited. But yeah, so you've been covering the Running Trains Live, which I was doing 2 weeks before this show every month, but because I don't have a layout, like that's literally the only thing left. I wanted to save something, so I saved that. It seemed easiest to move, and yeah, so I can't run trains. So Mark has been nice enough to invite us all into his home once a month to watch him run trains.
It's a lot of fun. My first live show was a success.
It was good. I know there was lots of people watching. I had fun. It was weird being on the other side of the camera, let me tell you. But yeah, no, it was awesome. And you're going to continue doing it for the most part,
I'm
right?
do it again, yeah, 2 weeks.
So what we kind of decided on doing was anything that I'm showing off, or the Mark showing off, as far as like unboxing and whatnot, throughout the month, and even on the live show at the end of the month. He's gonna be running it because I can't run it. He's gonna run it for me, and he's gonna be running it on his live to showcase it, basically, right?
Yeah.
With other stuff as well. Like, you're not gonna just run one tanker; you'll run a bunch of stuff. So that's very cool. So look for that. The next one is the 11th of June. June 11th.
Or July.
Oh, July 16th. I'm looking at the wrong numbers. The last one was June 11th. That's when you ran last.
Yes.
The next one is July 16th. They shouldn't have them too close together like that. June, July.
No creativity.
Lousy smarch. Okay. So, can you remember that one? Yeah. Lousy smarch weather. So, we're going to do the news next. So a lot of people already know about this, but I just wanted to kind of highlight it this month because it seemed like it's like a milestone almost. It's one of those things that kind of happens with model railroading. But MTH Model Trains closes its doors forever. In a recent letter from MTH, they expressed their gratitude for all modelers and the hobby. And it reads, "Dear loyal MTH customers, first, on behalf of MTH Electric Trains, I want to thank you for the support and encouragement you have shown my company for over 40 years," says Mike Wolf, president of MTH. "From humble beginnings and a lot of hard work, we were able to build one of the largest model train manufacturers." Mike goes on to say, "I'm proud that MTH has released more models than any other train manufacturer in the history of our hobby. The variety, quality, and infusion of technology through our offerings allowed MTH to help bring the enjoyment to all who share our wonderful hobby. It is therefore with mixed emotions that I have decided to retire in 2021. I have to say 2021, and close the business." The last two MTH catalogs, so 2020 version 2, O gauge and HO, all non-delivered items from 2020 version 1, O gauge catalog, and the ready to run train sets. Also 2019 to 2020 G and S gauge catalogs will feature the last products made by MTH. So anything that was in those catalogs, they're still gonna follow through with as long as the numbers meet up, and they're going to go ahead with them, and they're going to fulfill those orders as well. Mike goes on to thank all of the dealers, retailer networks, and all of the MTH employees and everyone who has shown their support over the last 40 years. Mike does inform us that with thousands of tools and molds and a wealth of intellectual property, a new model railroading company may arise from the former company, as he will entertain various options and buyers. In closing, he says, "Again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all your loyal support for all these years." We here at GVO After Dark, we want to wish Mike Wolf a happy retirement and a big thank you for his contribution in this very hobby that we all love and share. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Most of the time, people spend their retirement though doing model trains,
Yeah.
so I was a little confused.
But there's hope though. He's a little glimmer of hope. He said there might.
It's true. It's true.
A new company might arise from
Because
the
obviously
ashes.
he has employees, right? Maybe somebody's gonna pick up, where he's leaving off there. So that's
hope.
yeah. And that means depending on, because they did all the gauges, HO, O, G. So they have a lot of potential, a lot of growth there as well. And if you liked their product in the past, then there's a good chance that you're gonna like what they come up with in the future. So
Speedster here says, "I think Lionel will buy it."
there's usually a lot of talk of different manufacturers buying the tooling of other manufacturers. I know that a lot of people will say, well, Rapido should buy, tooling from whatever company. I leave the names out of it because we don't know if they don't exist anymore or whatever, but just because a company doesn't make models all the time, like it's been a while since Bowser has put out a model, yet they've got some that are coming like in a few weeks. So you never know what they're doing on the back end. So you can only really wait and see what they say. It's fun to speculate, and kind of say, well, that'd be cool if they did that, So, do you have any wish list, any favorites that you want to see come back, or anything like that?
Gosh. Can I say P42? Is that?
Oh, I mean, it is coming. Your wish is granted.
Yes.
And this week in announcements.
See that segue again?
That was a good segue. I'm gonna get you a segue. One of those things you read up. Just because you like to segue.
Since we're on,
Announcements.
I just want to throw in a fun fact.
Oh, fun fact.
This is my first GVO after dark with a beard. Okay, continue as you were.
So my co-host, Father Time. No, we got to find out if that thing's real still. So, announcements. So there's been a number of announcements, a lot of new developments over the last month, and obviously, like there's certain things that need to be cleared up as well as far as these announcements, because I don't want you to get the wrong idea. For example, Athearn's they made a number of new announcements. So the Athearn did announce a Genesis series of P42 locomotives. Now, the only thing that they've said that was in stone are all the Amtrak locomotives. There's like 4 or 5 different Amtrak variations. They also did announce Via Rail, 3 numbers in the Renaissance scheme, but they never said that they were in stone. I'm pretty sure they still have to get the okay from Via Rail or whoever to be able to actually manufacture those. However, they're saying the MSRP $290 for a DCC sound, or $200 for a DC locomotive. So it's DCC ready, but it's and they're set to have Tsunami 2 or Toonami. I trademarked that. Toonami sound, and there's also going to be 2 speakers in there, like one at each end, kind of like what they did with the LRC locomotive, where they had 2 with a different company. But yeah, I think it's cool when there's more than one. It gives it a more heavier sound,
Stereo.
Yeah, surround sound.
Wow.
So that's cool. So that has the Toonami. Now, they also did announce Bombardier cars. What you heard was Bombardier bi-level cars in the Metrolink, the Utah Frontrunner, the Altamont Express, and they're doing a special pack which comes with the Metrolink. There's a wrap that says "Stay Alert," "Stay Alive," and then the one with the bikes on the front or on the sides. Now those were all guaranteed, those 100%, and they didn't. I don't even think that they mentioned that they're also doing them all in N scale. So for all you N scalers, you're also going to be treated to some more bi-level cars. Now they also did say Go Transit, but they still got to get permission to be able to do the Go Transit cars, and that means they got to, kind of work that out. Now, they do say that the Go Transit ones would be a little bit more, which is expected because of royalties and whatnot.
Yeah.
But you're looking at, for the Metrolink singles, any of the ones that are Metrolink, front runner and all that, even the wraps, they're all $65 for a single and $190 for a 3-pack. The one thing that got me a little bit was for the Go Transit, $76 for a single, and $223 for a 3-pack. Now that's a lot more than the last runs, because for the 3-packs, I was paying about $150 to $160 for the 3-pack, and about $50 to $60 for a single. So to see them that much higher, with no actual changes to the actual body or no additional lighting, it's kind of, yeah, I know. I still pre-ordered all of them. I got all 12 numbers. I had to do it because
All 12?
There's 12 separate numbers. Yeah, for the Go Transit.
Hardcore collector there.
It's because when you see them on eBay right now, you're looking at like $400 for a 3 set.
I know.
I'll never pay that.
You don't do
I
it
just,
now.
you know,
Just want to say hello to a couple guys in
Yeah.
the chat. So Greg has joined us. Greg F.
Greg, you made it.
Brandon, aka Bubs. I see Harrison. Benny from Creative Rails. Good to see you in here.
Ben.
David Z to G scale. I think I saw C-Mac. Go Transit fan. What did I miss? Toronto Transit Blogs. James Galton.
Welcome, everybody.
Yes, there's no questions yet in the chat, but
You guys are welcome to ask any questions and whatnot. We just we're not ignoring you. Mark is fully at the wheel here.
and
He'll
Lauren has joined us as well.
Oh, hey, Lauren.
An angry rail fan. Well, hopefully by the end of the show he's no longer angry. I'm not sure. Sean Sanford. Oh, a lot of names here. Sean Sanford. Sandyford. Welcome.
Welcome.
That's great. 30 watching.
30 watching.
And found another fun fact if you don't mind.
Go ahead. No, I like the fun facts.
This is the first GVO After Dark that my wife is watching with the two of us in high quality picture phone.
Yeah, this is weird, right? So, yeah. And I don't have the big mic here anymore, too. I stopped using it because I felt like the audio was still pretty good from
Yeah.
I think it's an iPhone XR that I have. Works fine for me, so I'm gonna just continue to use it.
That's my fun fact.
The fun fact. I like your fun facts.
Oh, and Dave has joined us. Sparky 107.
Sparky, how's it going? It was his birthday the other day. Happy belated. Well, I don't know. Was it the other day? Happy belated, if it was the other day.
What is he, 58 now?
I don't know. What you have to do is you have to cut them off at the leg, and then you count the rings. That's how you do it. If science has taught me anything, that's how you do it.
So Ben asks, Chris, is the new Rapido oh so steamy steam generator car out now?
No. Fun fact, it doesn't actually steam. So, and it might be an assumption, I haven't, it's not a quote, it's just what I've kind of gathered, is that one of the huge problems with shipping locomotives, or in this case a steam car, is the bottle of liquid to cause the smoke. So what would happen is that if it gets to customs, they have to open it up, and they're like, what is this little bottle of... Now imagine 500 plus cars that need to be opened, they have to take out the little vial, they have to test it, make sure it's not whatever, right?
Seriously? Wow.
And you risk getting a damaged car. So, to bypass that, instead of making the car steam, they're just adding generator sounds to it. So it's a sound car, but it makes generator sounds. Now, the one thing that threw me off was, well, most of the Rapido locomotives that I have, which are, the F40 and all that, there's a sound function, which is that generator. It makes the car sound, and it almost makes, just give me a rolling car that looks like a steam. I don't care if it makes sound or not. So long answer made short. It's not out yet, but it's not going to steam. It's just a sound car. Still looks cool. I pre-ordered a couple. That's my bad. But
Is your pre-order list like?
it's extensive, and you know what? Now, Otter Valley does a whole thing where when you're pre-ordering a car, you don't have to put money down. Except for the LRC cars. The LRC cars, I think, were the last cars that I had to put money down on. So that crane that I showed you earlier,
Yeah.
that sweet-looking O&R crane, you guys know what I'm talking about. I pre-ordered it, but I didn't have to pay anything. And same thing with the Steam Gen cars. You said you didn't want a Steam Gen car, did you? No, you don't want one? You sure? A nice blue one, maybe? You know, I might have pre-ordered one by accident.
Okay, well,
No.
if you know what? If you have the same row number, then I don't want you to have duplicates.
Oh, you know what?
So if you want to give me one of your duplicates,
I pre-ordered a Ontario Northland one, which I don't need because I've got the actual steamy one.
Stevie.
I'm yet to switch it over to the Via because I also got a unpainted one because I'm doing a custom run of something. Yeah, fancy pants, right?
Okay.
As I figure out how to get that thing apart because I know it's gonna be extensive. But speaking of Corona, that's my version of a segue. It gets better. Atlas actually announced HO scale beer cars. See what I did there? Right? Not Corona though. So basically they've got the 40-foot box cars, the 40-foot plug door box cars, and you're looking at like Pabst, Blue Ribbon, LA Brewing, Jack's, Lucky Lager, Old Milwaukee, Bohemian. Yeah, there's a bunch of beer brands. I think most of them are American brands. I think I didn't see any like Canadian or Coors. So yeah, and then they've got like a Ford truck, the LNT 9000 for those guys that love their die-cast trucks. They got those in the Lucky, Old Milwaukee, Pabst, and Schultz, and also 45-foot trailers, also with the Lucky Lager, Old Milwaukee, Pabst, and Schultz.
So David ZG asks, Chris, do you need more Atlas Ontario Northland boxcars? Because his shop has numbers 7837 and 7846.
I'd have to check my numbers, but I'm
sure you have them.
I probably do.
He has every Ontario Northland boxcar ever made.
Yeah, I have close to 30 Ontario Northland boxcars right now. And
You ever
most
watch
of
Big
them
Bang Theory? You see the guys in the comic store like have it.
I'll literally
Reddit, have it. That's Chris.
That's yeah.
Swiping, have it. Chris on eBay, have it. Pre-ordered, have it. Getting it tomorrow. I know a guy who has it.
But yeah, basically, yeah, it's sad, really. It's kind of like an addiction, but
Kind of.
I just
You're a collector. That's what
yeah,
collectors do.
I guess.
You're a collector.
Guilty.
That's why I narrowed my road names down to like 2. CN, Via.
But then you gotta go, are you doing the CN Blue or not the CN Blue?
Modern
Via
CN,
Blue.
modern Via.
All the LRC cars, they have at least 20 coming out, right?
I
You
know.
know, we've pre-ordered a bunch of those.
I have
that
one
we're gonna work
fifth
that out.
of the new LC cars coming out. 1/5. Marcel's joined us. Cloverdale. SOR 3049 has joined us. Still no questions really. That was the only question of the.
If you guys saw the lives that Rapido has been doing, you'll know that they did a bunch of announcements. Obviously the barbecue was canceled this year because of everything going on. So they've been doing a lot of lives instead of doing the announcements that way. They announced a couple of new box cars, the PRR X31A and the SPB 140 box car. Most of those, Amtrak, XCP or SP, Gold West Service, UP, and then the other ones are the Pennsylvania Railroad, lots of cool looking cars. They're very relevant to what I run. It's an all American stuff, really. Kind of. I was disappointed. I thought they were going to do something like top shelf, but it seemed like it was like middle shelf. You know, for what I like. I'm sure there's lots of guys that are going to be buying them, but man, I got enough box cars as it is. So, but for most of those, you're looking at $60 for a single or $360 for a 6-pack. Yeah, but good quality stuff though. You know, good trains aren't cheap. Cheap trains aren't good. Does that? Can we do that?
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's still lots of good stuff that are inexpensive. You can save money, but either way. And then Iconic Replicas, they announced more buses. So check this out. I was kind of blown away because there was obviously the Transit Link Vancouver, King County, Seattle. There was an Ontario Northland bus, a Via Rail bus, which was, I believe, from the 80s. There's Voyager, Quebec, Greyhound, and Toronto Police. Yeah, Toronto Police. Just says Toronto Police.
On the bus?
Yeah. It's like a white bus, and then I think it was like a red stripe, and then
There are cages on the windows?
I'm not sure if it was just for the police, like if they needed like a large amount of police officers to go to an area, so they all load up into a bus.
Okay.
I'm not sure what it was for, really. I have zero information on that. I could be speculating.
Has you guys joined us? Hello, guys.
So, I think what we should do, we should take a look at the stuff that we
sure.
we have here.
Let's do it.
I did a video. And if you want to, you can go ahead. You can open one if you want. Yeah. I didn't cough on it. I coughed on this one.
Just teasing. So Athearn's ready to roll. This is the Ontario Northland 40-foot modernized boxcar.
Now, I did do a video last week. I think it was last week. It's hard to keep track. All these days are melting together. You know, for the car itself, they did a number of different road names. So they did CP in the red, BC Rail. These are the Ontario Northland. There's also CB&Q and D&H. They will run you about $34 a piece. And some of them also came in a 3-pack, which was $98.
Greedy.
Now, what do you think of these? And I know you're not too fussy when it comes to a car. You're
I'm
like,
not. As long as it rolls and couples well. I'm not a big rubber counter. But this is a good weight.
Mm.
Looks sharp. Yeah.
painting is they usually do a pretty good job of painting their cars.
Who makes the buses again? Perry's asking.
Iconic replicas. Yeah. And I think I had a price too. Most of the MSRPs for all the buses are about $45, give or take. I think I paid about $35 for my Go bus, and it was a double-decker Go bus. So, yeah, anywhere between $35 and $45 is what you would want to pay for iconic replicas bus.
Yeah, Dave's commenting on my my weight scale.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Huh? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good heft. Good heft.
Good heft. They are good little runners, and like I said, we'll see more of them on your layout. You're going to be taking those with you,
Yes.
and you're going to run them next month. So on the 16th, when he does his
Live show.
Running Trains Live, sorry, then yeah, he'll have these running around the layout. And
I'll even pull out my Ontario Northland locomotive, which I purchased off of you.
That's right. I miss her. 1800.
Oh my god. That's what that screaming is, the middle 3 a.m. here. Like, what?
It's me outside with a boom box, but instead of it playing music, it's like, it's like a train over. Right? What movie was that? I can't remember.
Lots.
Yeah. But yeah, so.
You'll see her again.
Yeah,
You'll see her again.
probably.
Blood does stop it.
So those are really neat. I gave them a hard time, but for a ready to roll item, I was expecting more.
Yeah, they're not cheap either. I mean,
no, for $35, you'd think that they would at least have some separately applied grab irons or something, right? But
it's the same one, right? Just different number.
yeah, there was only 3 numbers of each, so I got all 3. There's still lots more available, so you can definitely pick some of those up if you're interested. The CP red ones, they're usually a pretty good seller with the Pac-Man logo on it. They're really nice.
Stephanie, I'm not sure this one. Stephanie Waird? Stephanie Waird says the movie is Say Anything.
Say Anything. Oh.
It's the movie.
Stephanie Waird.
Do you know her?
No.
No?
Please like and subscribe. That's my wife.
Say Anything.
I was going to say She's All That, but...
I mean, it's a classic movie cliche with the boom,
yeah,
the
it's
boom box.
been in... I know Family Guy must have at least done it 6 times already. That's how you know. Now, also... So on the topic of boxcars, also new in store, Rapido did the US RA 40-foot boxcars. There was a bunch of row names. Actually, all of them showed up except for the yellow Toronto, Hamilton, and Buffalo. Guess there was a bit of an issue with the yellow that they used.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if it offended anybody, but they all got sent back, and now they have to be redone. Uh-oh. Whatever. It happens. But, yeah, expect the Toronto, Hamilton, and Buffalo to show up in a month or 2, I guess. I don't know. At a later time.
Okay.
Safe to say. $52 for a single, or $200 for a pack of 4 of those. Which, I mean, they're really good with their boxcars. Really good detail and whatnot. Very clean. So, and are these? No. These are the 23,500 gallon tank cars. These are new as well.
Very nice.
I really wanted to get. Do you want to unbox that one?
Sure.
I wanted to get some tank cars again because for the new layout, I do want to have some sort of industry that involves gasoline, like ethanol and stuff like that. So I went with these here. These are the SCMX, which is the Shell Corporation, Shell gasoline. They've got a lot of very nice details to them. And just to kind of show you the difference here, because obviously a box car to a tanker car, but for an extra $20, you're getting a lot more detail. And also you're going from Athearn to Atlas, but still, there's a lot of nice grab irons and separately applied. Most of these are
Nice way this if you don't mind.
metal. Yeah, no, go ahead. Some of these steps, they're plastic.
Yeah, that's prototypical right there.
Yeah. If you shake it, you can kind of hear the water inside going left and right.
Nice detail. Holy cow.
All the writing is very, very crisp, and they even have the little marker at the end there. There's one at each end.
I know.
Those are really nice. See, and this is why I love Atlas. I've always been a huge fan of Atlas. Very underrated, but they make a lot of really great stuff, including their locomotives.
You know what though? The couplers have given me trouble.
Do they?
Yeah. Atlas couplers are.
I've heard a lot about the couplers. Yeah.
Of course, I guess I gotta change those, but.
Yeah, I think I've got some extras somewhere. But these are like fresh out of the packaging, so I I have to look that up. See which. What do you guys think? KDs, obviously, because KD would be the way to go. But is there someone who would say KD number what, like 148 or something like that? I know Perry has a bunch of tank cars. So Perry, what would you go with? What would you swap those out with?
Mark, tell Chris I saw some new tank cars to run out of new layouts.
Who said that?
Perry has new tank cars.
Did you
use train? Perry's train? Just like one after another.
They were the scale trains ones. Yeah.
I think so.
Very nice.
Hi, Shane. And Marcel's asking, do they have cyanide? Oh, what are we?
Cyanide.
Cyanide?
The ones that came out, there was 6 numbers, so 3 of them were, well, they're all ethanol, but they are Shell, and the other one was TILS. So, just another road name. They're 44. These are $44 each. Very nice, worth every cent. I think I don't mind paying $50 or so for a decent tank car. I know that there's been a lot of Athearn ones that are upwards of like $65, $70 for one. I don't feel like I need to spend that much on a tank car to get a decent tank car.
No.
Even
Agreed.
that set, the white and blue set that I got you for Christmas, like that worked out to being about like $35 to $40 a car for the 3 set, and they were really nice cars. So, and I think they were Athearn ready to roll still. So. Also, Walters has some new 72-foot center beam cars. Now, if you guys watch DG Model Works, do you know Derek Glass?
Not personally.
Not personally. I've never met the guy. He seems nice.
He seems nice, yeah.
But I do watch his videos, and he was actually showing off the new Walters 72-foot center beams. I totally agree with him. They are a great value car, and Walters is actually known for doing these great value cars. A great example is that the locomotive, the GP9 that I have. I can't say enough good things about it. You know, not a huge amount of detail, but man, does that thing run. Runs so well, so well. But those, they have the UP, the TT, ZX, the CP green, the CN yellow, BC rail, and they have the BC rail in the green or the BC rail in the red. They're about $33 each. You can't go wrong. Buy them all. They're like Pokemon, but instead of cashing them, you have to just buy them.
Gotta buy them all.
And yeah. So I mean, these were really great. I love just sometimes buying random stuff just to see how well they actually work out and whatnot. Is it really worth it and whatnot? So if anything does come out that you guys are like, I'm really interested about this car, but I don't know, I'll take a bullet and I'll buy a couple and see if they're actually worth it. And I can let you guys know. Obviously, there has to be like some sort of an interest in it, and see if you guys, would be interested in seeing those. So, you can drop a message and whatnot at any time. Let me know what you guys are hoping to see and whatnot, and we can make that happen for sure.
Is that my cue for the email?
The email? Yeah, if you want to throw it in there. I've got an email for GVO After Dark, and Mark is going to add that to the chat. So if you guys, questions or anything like that, you can drop me a message.
It's not a typo. Chris does use Hotmail. Look at his straight face. It's not a typo. Chris does use Hotmail.
Yeah. Yes.
You know I got to tease you. Because Dave's not here.
That's fine.
Remember Dave?
Dave.
Scale guy?
A little.
It's like he came and he left. Can we tease him even though he's not here?
No, I don't
feel
think
bad
it's fair.
teasing. I feel bad teasing you. You're the host, and I mean I can't kick you out of your own house.
Yes, you can. Well, the fine people that own the place will. In a couple of 4 days. I got like 4 days left or something. What's today? The 25th?
25th.
I got like 5 days left. Wait, how many days are in this month?
I think you have, 5 or 6 days.
November, all the rest of 31. So yeah, there's probably 30 days in this month. So yeah, I've got about 5 days left here, and then Canada Day, I'll be in the new house. Really exciting.
Yeah.
I was actually already got the keys, sort of, so I've already been over there. I've already taken like literally all except for some couple of things and whatever the camera doesn't show you. Bunch of stuff still has to go, but getting there. Let me tell you, I do not recommend moving. If I was to review moving, I would give it 1 star because I don't like it. It's not good for your back. Yeah.
I'm gonna miss this fireplace. Let's hold this up.
I'll get us a new fireplace, an actual one, and then
I'm gonna miss your cat too.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna bring her. Yeah. She's part of the.
It's probably a good idea.
I mean, she's better behaved than my children. If anything, I'll just leave my kids here.
With the fireplace.
With the fireplace. They like roasting marshmallows. Why not?
Oh, Stephanie's still watching the live stream.
Oh, she's gonna.
He was
stay
kidding.
Too.
Bringing the kids, the new house, and the cat.
She's staying too. Love you. This is where she said, "Don't bother coming upstairs."
Oh, she says you're not going to move at the new house.
Oh. Actually, it's pretty huge because like my wife actually gets an office, so.
Are there wings? They're like the east wing and the west wing, and you'll be in the
West Wing. That was a terrible show.
well, intercoms.
Oh, actually,
Dinner's ready. Dinner's ready.
It's a lot better than yelling. And for those of you who are married, you already know that 95% of marriage is somebody saying something in one room and the other person saying, "What?" That's marriage, right? I'm not wrong. That's marriage.
My dad used to use the vents in our house.
Ah,
He'd get down on his knees, hands and knees.
Mm-hmm.
Boys, dinner time. Dinner. What?
Who's this? But yeah, so I mean, moving is it's getting there, and I mean, I already have like a pretty good idea of how I want the new layout set up. For the shape, the actual shape of it, I'm not entirely sure. I do have to work out some measurements and whatnot, but compared to, and I was doing a lot of comparison this past month with the 2 layouts, and I'm just going to stick to 2. The 2 layouts that I did at this house. One that was over on this end, which didn't go as far as this one. That one had a lot more running room because it was, it went up and over, and it was a big turnabout, and it had an upper level and a lower level. And then this one here was more of a flat, but it was wider and bigger. It was just like a longer run, I guess you could say. My thought process is kind of combining the idea of both, and then just throw a helix in there. Why not?
Everyone's making them nowadays.
It seems to be the cool thing to do.
So this is gonna be. I have my notes here. This is layout number. I lost track. What do you think?
Oh wow.
Let's go back. This is your last show in this house.
Okay, how far back am I going?
That one, YouTube layouts.
Oh, just as far as
that
YouTube.
That one, your garage.
So that wasn't so much a layout as it was 2 modules that you could put end to end, and there was no return loop. That counts?
That counts.
Okay, so that was originally 1 module with a cement plant, and it was 7 feet long, 2 feet wide. That was the first one that I had built. Okay. Then I'm like, oh man, how cool would it be if it was actually a train station? So then I took that all apart, and I made another module, and then I put them end to each, and that was layout number 2, which is when technically the YouTube thing started, because I remember doing my first video, and it was freezing in the garage. I'm like, why do I live in Canada? I hate the cold. Then I remembered healthcare. But after that, we had moved to here. And then I did that layout, the big layout. And that was when you first came over, right? We did, it was like 4 of us, and we ran trains live.
I think so.
I know it was you, me, and Dave. It was somebody else. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And then all the guys came, and we were talking about the club, and then we started making modules, and then I liked the idea of the modules, so when I took that apart and I wanted to do modules, so then I built 2 modules. That's it, no, 4 modules. I got 4 modules. So you asked, I gotta do the math, and I'm trying to remember in order here. So there was 4 modules, and then, yeah, basically that idea busted, and then I had stopped for like 4 to 6 months, and then I'm skipping my N scale phase. I'm not
Please
counting,
do.
I'm
Please
not.
do.
I mean, I'm trying to forget it as much.
That doesn't count.
It doesn't count. Okay.
HLA or something.
So, actually, technically, there was 2 different versions of that layout as well. I lost count. So we're just gonna say that this is gonna be layout number 7. Starting at the new house is probably layout number 7.
Yeah, that was my guess too.
That means new series. I was probably gonna do a MTV Cribs style video.
Do it.
Now that's probably the most confusing sentence or set of words, because if you're too old, you have no idea what MTV Cribs is, and if you're too young, you still don't know what MTV Cribs is. So for everybody in the middle, they're like, okay, but to everybody else, super confusing. So that's where I'm gonna either lose a lot of people, or they're gonna be like, what is he doing? I'll just have Chardonnay by the fireplace. That's something that everyone can relate to, and I'll just talk about it. But yeah, so I'm gonna do a video eventually about the space, and you'll be able to see all the way through for the next 5 layouts.
This is coming out when? Canada Day, you said?
Oh wow, I don't know when it's
New video drops Canada Day 2020. Chris's new home.
You know what's so I
it.
usually do a video of running trains, Canadian trains on Canada Day.
Yeah.
Trying to be all patriotic and stuff. And I can't even do that.
We'll let Harrison do that. He's got that covered.
Yeah. He's good.
Grandpa Rails is in the house. Just saying hello here. 1 second. Also want to give a shout out to Sammy. She's watching. She's we call her my daughter-in-law. She's not a model railroader, but she's a fan. Fan of the show.
Oh, nice.
So, hi Sammy.
Welcome. First time watcher, long time commenter of videos.
She must be super bored if she's watching GVO After Dark.
Let me be the first to apologize for Mark's beard.
Wait, what? I should have trimmed. I'm sorry. I gotta go to the barber. I want to grow it long enough so I can do an unboxing for my beard. I'm unbearding.
We had that discussion. So today, we've got this new train. You better hope it's not one of those because you've seen SMT's Canadiana, like this. So we've got this Canadiana train, and it's super long. That's fine. Actually,
a few more weeks.
I'm pretty sure it was like a week or 2 ago, I actually shaved. This is a lot less than what I had, because literally, I could put it all like this, and it was like this. Yeah, and
It's like the Anvil, Jim.
Yeah.
Jim Neidhart.
I don't know.
Wrestling? Don't watch that.
No. I could have said like the second singer from System of a Down, the backup guy with the guitar. Yeah, right? See? Same thing, right? Only I think he braids it, but there's that, and then my wife just cut my hair the other day because literally I could make a...
Mine's getting there back here. I'm getting a ponytail. My wife offered to cut my hair today for the show, but
I can do it. No? I try. I've been practicing.
I mean, I trust you, Chris, but...
I hear it's you know, the sound of the scissors make. Oh. Steph, where's the glue?
My wife says, "Watch it, Chris," because she loves my beard.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
My wife likes it, so I'm keeping it. Yeah.
Happy wife, happy life.
That's right.
That's why I have a beard too. Because I look stupid without one. At least you can get away with both. I can't.
So I think Greg F is saying I should dye my beard red and white for Canada Day.
Ah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's lost in translation here.
You first, Greg.
Does that what you mean, Greg? Dye it red and white for Canada Day? Let's wait to see what he says. Yeah, you first.
So
I'm tempted.
Let's talk about your layout, because you were actually you've gotten
Things are happening.
Yeah,
Things are happening. I gotta say, this live show has really, motivated me to work on scenery, believe it or not. So I broke the seal, because I was pretty nervous to get scenery down. But I finally have a parking lot for my 3M warehouse, and it looks pretty good. I was telling Chris, I said, you know what, the more I worry about color and technique and style and all that stuff and nitpicking, I'm never going to do it. So I just
bite the bullet.
started to paint, and like, it looks good. I used neutral gray acrylic paint, a couple of coats. I like it.
You know, I definitely have to admit that doing a live show, even if it's just once a month, it is very motivating when you feel like, okay, I don't want you to come back and see the exact same thing in the exact same spot. I want it to be purple this time. So you're going to do whatever it takes to do, you know, and then it's like you're doing a different layout every single time. Every time you see it, it looks totally different. And it's motivating, like you said. It's really good.
So the parking lot's done, so I want to do, you know, the next part and add grass and gravel, and so I'm excited. Things are happening. So you'll see something new anyway for the next live show.
The 16th. The 16th.
Of
July.
July. After March.
There's the secret. It's not a real month. Why? Because it's a July. Now, also, next month, so July 30th, which is the next GVO After Dark. Dare we mention it? Do you want to tell them? We've got, it's going to be a good show. We've been wanting to do this one for a while, and we actually planned to do it back, I want to say in March, but we couldn't.
And then we thought, let's do it in April. No.
Still couldn't do it. And then we were going to do it in Smarch. We still couldn't do it.
Doesn't even exist.
I wasn't going to do it by myself, because I know it's more something that you would, I mean, like, I enjoy it either way, you know. But it's something that I wanted you to do, because I knew you would like it. Do you want to tell them what it is? Oh, like, you can do it. It's a special show.
Want me to do it?
Yeah, you can do it.
Should we build the anticipation a little bit more? We are going to do...
Wait, hold on. Okay.
That's right, folks. We are going to do a whole show dedicated to CN.
Wait, you told me it was going to be Ontario Northland. Just kidding.
Was it a typo?
No.
You said ON, but I thought it was CN?
I mean...
I went out and bought a whole bunch of other CN stuff for the show.
I do write like a 3-year-old, so it's very mistaken.
It's a text, though. Yeah. So July's
live show. GVO After Dark. It's going to be the
CN show.
Yeah. Which is
Live model CN.
That's right. I kind of do. I have some stuff, but it's more up your alley. So
I'm making T-shirts. I'm making CN T-shirts. tie dye CN.
Why not say Mark made my shirt? Vote for Mark. What are we voting for Mark for? I don't know. But yeah, so we haven't done a theme show in a while.
It's been a while, yeah.
We've done a Rapido theme show. We've done a boxcar theme show. I'm waiting for you to fill in the blanks, sir.
I think this theme is the beard theme.
We did a Bowser show. We did a Bowser show too. Oh, I did a Bowser show. I was by myself.
Have we done Via yet? Is that
No.
Via's coming in August, maybe, hopefully?
Yeah, ruin the surprise.
Well, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. I think Brandon said that he wanted to join us for that one, I believe. I don't know.
We'll see. I'm not sure if I'm ready to expand the social circle here to 3.
Yeah, this is already kind of pushing it for
How
you, isn't it?
How far does your wide angle lens here go?
I mean, I can push it back further, and then I can sit down there, and then you guys just can't go at me, you know. But yeah. So, CN show. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, totally.
Are you guys excited? You guys like CN? Who does anybody model CN here?
James says yes. Good choice.
So we're gonna have now. If you've never seen one of our specials, when we usually go all out. I think that
We go
Rapido
ham.
show-
We go ham.
We ham.
We ham.
Ham and taters. Because when we did the Rapido show, we literally the table was pure Rapido.
Yeah.
I think we could have opened a Rapido store with all the Rapido that we had on this table. So that, but CN, but like next level.
I'm going to with 2 things here. First of all, John said GN, which I think is a typo. He wants GN, he wants CN. And David, Z2G, says CP would be better. Dems are fighting words.
How dare you? How dare all of you?
Should I delete that comment?
We'll get to CP. We can only do one at a time. But
Huh.
if we know that it's there and
Huh.
you got to give the people what they want.
I don't know.
So you gotta go and you gotta get rid of all your CN now.
This is one guy.
So it looks like we're doing that on Terra Northland.
I will run these beautiful cars on my layout next
Yes.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah, absolutely. And also, I'm still waiting. It's in the mail still. I did order a huge lot of the Andy Fletcher posters.
So nice.
Thank you for showing the CN one.
I love it. I love them. Seriously.
Yeah. Those are really nice. I can't wait to hang mine. I have a whole wall that I get to hang stuff on, and it's going to be all posters of all my favorite railroads.
I know. I'm like debating because I want to eventually do backdrop for my walls, but I also want to hang up the nice poster you gave me.
It's like how high, you know.
So I wonder if my wife would let me hang posters in the bathroom.
I can't speak for your
Because
wife.
the kitchen, probably no go. The entryway is like the bedrooms. That's not gonna work. Made a closet in the bedroom.
I was just thinking of that conversation that I would have with my wife if I was to say, so can we hang a picture of a train in the room? Inside of my head, I am also laughing. I'm crying a little bit, but it's covered by laughter. But yes.
So I put Andy Fletcher's email and his website if you want to check out his artwork. It's just fantastic. He does American and Canadian stuff, train stuff.
I'll mostly be carrying the Canadian stuff. If there's a larger demand for some of the American stuff, you can always let me know. Is my wife?
No, my
commenting?
wife said something like-
What did your wife say?
My wife says it's okay if I hang a poster in the bathroom as long as it's a CN bathroom poster
A CN bathroom poster?
with Chris on the can.
What?
That's what she said.
How does that even work? She's creative, but I have no idea what she's talking about. Now, I did see a shower curtain on eBay that you could get with trains, right? Right?
Honey,
Train shower curtain.
our anniversary's coming up. Just saying.
Just make it a train bathroom, you know? It's an idea. It's an idea. But yeah, the art that I'm going to be selling, 11 by 17 inches. They're all hand drawn and hand colored. $25 Canadian for per print.
That's a good deal.
And I frame it for you for $10, so $35 for a framed print. And it's a metal frame. You got one? You like the frame?
I like it.
They look nice. It's a black frame, so it looks good with the white background, and then the different colored trains, depending on which road names you go with. Yeah, obviously I'll have those up and whatnot, so you'll see them on one of the next.
Canada Day 2020, Chris's new house.
I give you too
You heard
tired.
it here first.
I give you too tired from moving. I mean, I could do it live from my cell phone at the house, but it won't have all cool editing
Yeah,
like MTV with
that's
all
probably
the
live.
stuff they do. So, MTV Live.
This wasn't live. I do a CGI fire right here. So.
That'd be cool. We could hang a green curtain and then they'd all. Yeah. I don't know how to do any of that stuff, so.
Bye, John. Or GN, as you would say.
What time is it there?
I have 9:03.
9:03. Wow.
We're an hour in. Ready? Cover everything.
Yeah, we basically. I mean, there was a couple of other things, but not really anything to shake a stick at, you know.
I have one last fun fact for you here.
Okay, fun fact.
If my calculations are right, this is my 13th GVO After Dark with you. Are you counting it right now?
I was fake counting. Yeah.
Okay. 13.
Huh. So it's either a bad idea.
12 with no beard, 1 with one beard.
It's your bad luck beard.
I
Shave
think
it.
I think I keep it this summer though.
Yeah.
I think so.
Keeps me cool in the summer and warm in the winter.
I could dye it red and yellow for Canada Day, red and green for Christmas, orange and black for Halloween.
And green, orange, and blue for every GVO After Dark. It works. That's a lot of dye though.
It's like white and green. Looking for a Go special. Go Trans special.
Well, I mean, yeah, that was basically it. We've got your live show coming up in what I think is 2 weeks. 2 weeks today.
Yes.
So there's no real break here. There's no real break. It's just 2 weeks right into it, and then another 2 weeks. It's the GVO After Dark at the new house, which is pretty sweet. I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna have to set up some digs that we can, right?
Yeah, fireplace in the place?
Yes. I mean, it's kind of where the kitchen is gonna be, so that doesn't.
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Are you gonna do a track plan video where you show us your? Is that your thing? No, you just not right into it.
Yeah, right into it.
This guy does not use any computer program. He just paper and pencil.
Yeah, so, and I've upgraded, because I used to use napkin and pencil. And then I upgraded to pen, and, because I don't need to erase anything.
You don't make mistakes.
Give me another napkin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so now I upgraded to, like, paper, and, yeah. And I measure it out somewhat.
That's you use pen. That's Darren. But that math student doesn't use pencil. I don't make mistakes. Use a pen.
Yeah. And then, if you just make a mistake, you just use a different colored pen, and then...
Right.
And then you're like, oh no, it's actually supposed to be this. And then, yeah, and just fingers crossed the entire time, and that's, you end up building 5 or 6 different layouts over and over again. I should really invest in a CAD rail or something like that. I don't know. It seems, I'm not great with computers. Not like it scares me. I could sit down and take the time to do it, but I'm very, hands-on. So if I know that I want this section to be 3 feet wide and the wall length is 18 feet, there you go. That's a whole module right there. 3 feet wide, 18 feet long.
Oh, good for you. I can't do it.
No, you have to you're very I need to know what I'm doing before I do it. Yeah.
That's why it took so long to do my scenery. I think. think, and I'm somewhat perfectionist, so
Hmm.
if it's not perfect, I don't want to do it.
Very trial and error on my side.
Yeah.
I think I learned by doing. I mean, it's definitely more inexpensive your way because, you know, it's the measure twice, cut once, which is how you're supposed to do it. Me, it's like, cut 5 times, find the glue it back together.
Sell on eBay.
Sell it on eBay.
Try to get it.
Yeah. But it's definitely an adventure either way. I like making track plans. Oh,
I know that's your thing. Yeah.
and now I told you what I was at least doing this time around. So what I did was, because I wanted to focus obviously on Ontario Northland, so I went onto Google Earth and I looked up Englehart. And of course, just like if you go to a station, okay, the track either goes this way or it goes this way. So I wrote Englehart right in the middle of the page. And then I followed the track all the way to the first town. And I wrote down the town name, and then I went right down to Street View. How many streets or how many roads do I cross? And is it road level or am I going a bridge over? And I would note that down.
Jeez.
And then I would keep going, follow it around. The only complicated part was when I get to a Y. So then, because you come down and then you're either going one way or the other way. So then I would have to make a subsection and say, okay, well, if I have a Y, which I probably won't have a Y, if I go west, then this is the town I get to and all this. And then if I go east, this is the town I get to and all that. And I went both ways. I went both, I think it was northwest of Englehart, and I went southeast of Englehart. And I got to like North Bay at one end, and I got to like the end of the line at the other end. And you can also note all the little different industries along the way.
Yeah.
Different sidings and whatnot, stations. So it's not going to be super overly prototypical, but I'm sticking to a story. If I'm making a story, at least, with a bit of choose your own adventure, you know what I'm saying? So it'll be something fun.
So, besides being your favorite character in Lord of the Rings, why did you choose Englehart? Why?
Who?
Wasn't Englehart a character in Lord of the Rings?
Legolas was my favorite.
Oh, Englehart. I think
For life.
I think Inkhart. Sorry.
Inkhart.
Yeah.
What's Inkhart?
It's a long story. Anyway, why Englehart? Why did you choose that? Ontario, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, depending on what year you go with, I mean, there's a couple of major yards that you can look at. Like North Bay is a huge yard that has, shops and a repurposing shop, painting. They have a painting facility and all that. And then you've got Englehart, which is like, there's a station there. Depending on what year you do, they had a turntable.
Okay.
And then, a whole bunch of tracks for storage as well.
Okay.
That's kind of why I picked it. Whether or not I have a turntable, I mean, if it's a 18-foot long section, I mean, I wouldn't mind trying to fit a turntable in there somewhere. It's a small one, but, it is what it is.
I know. So I'm just going to check up on chat here, see. Dave said the stream's going well, no buffering, so you shouldn't move. Yeah, let's come back here once a month and sneak into the live stream.
Well, I mean, the internet at the new place is going to be better, because I only get 50 here, but I'm getting 500 at the new house. So, fingers crossed, hopefully it's better. Even better, or something.
Harry says, Xtrad CAD is good and it's free. I think I use AnyRail, but it's free as well.
My problem is that in order for me to learn how to use something like that, I mean, I could be building. And that I could have it built by the time I learn how to use it.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I've always been like a hands-on person, visual learner.
I'm not saying anybody's wrong. Hey, kudos to you, man. Like I couldn't do it. I think it's neat.
There's even the people that will they establish their main line, and then they'll go back and they'll cut out
Yeah,
where they're putting their switch.
I know.
I mean that adds up. That extra track that you're taking out of there. That's like I don't know if I could do that, but
yeah,
it's just another way.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong way. That's the beauty of this hobby.
Yeah.
Just different ways.
Yeah. Definitely race to see who does that Walters video first. Da da da. No, I won't do it. But you want to talk about that part? You got the tool for that? And...
Well, I was gonna see it for my live show, so thanks for the spoiler alert.
Well, you ruined the Via show.
Sparky's asking, are you closer to OVR trains? Probably are, right? Like a little bit? Or no, you're further away.
Am I closer to what?
Otter Valley.
Otter Valley? No. Yeah, I wish. No,
She's moving next door. She's moving next door.
Literally 5 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still in the same town, but like the opposite end of it.
So yeah, Chris was talking about the Walters switch machines, which I think I talked about. I showed them here actually on a live show months ago.
Yeah.
And I was all ready to install them, but I found out that because I have my bench work and then foam, cork, and track, it's too thick for the throw bar. And I don't want to replace the throw bar, so I have to kind of thin my wood down. But I bought a tool to do that, so hopefully the video's gonna come out soon and I get to work on that. So I'll show my new tool on a live show in 2 weeks.
And we'll see the switch running. You got like, is that gonna like? Are you doing the whole thing where you put it together and then you're gonna? Is it gonna be installed and all that, or are you just
For the live show?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Come on, it's the summer. It's the summer of switch machines, you know.
Let's go back to where I said I'm a perfectionist and it takes me a long time. I gotta think, and then.
Give me 5 minutes with it. I just need a hammer. Yeah.
Like my track plan? No. Think, ask questions, think. Reach out to people, think. Change it up.
No,
Version 26.
Honestly, it's better your way. If I had the patience to do it your way, I probably would.
Well, it's a curse in some ways. Just overthink everything. I went to my local hobby shop to find like a sand or a gravel for, what do you call it? Like just a rough area.
Like a dirt.
Yeah, for like dirt roads and stuff. I was hoping I would find a bag of scenery stuff that said gravel or sand. But no, it was all different kind of ballasts, like ballast, fine ballast, coarse ballast, dark ballast, light ballast, red ballast, orange ballast. It's like Dr. Seuss book. So it was like, do I text Chris again and ask him for his advice? And then no, I can do this. So I bought some ballast for gravel, and I think it's going to work.
And we did have a conversation about that, where we were talking about different things that you can use, and the general thing that a lot of people will do, which I don't know if I could ever do this, but they go and they dig up some dirt, or they go to like, where there's even like, let's say for example, I go out to North Bay, and they have
for a prototypical North Bay sand.
Because it's a certain color. If you want a certain color, it's not so much the texture, because the texture itself, you can do that by sifting. But people will go to certain areas to get a certain kind of dirt.
Seriously?
Yes, absolutely. 100% people will do that.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, and depending on your area, there's different dirt represented.
That's next level. That's too much for me.
Well, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't do that. I just...
Then they cook the sand, right? They cook the...
No, there's
to kill the bugs.
They'll do that with leaves. Like you can go out in the fall, you go out, grab leaves, and then you can dry them out, and then you put them in a blender, and then you can add that as somewhat of a foliage or like ground dirt.
But I see people cook sand so they get rid of the bugs. So there's,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's another thing I wouldn't be able to get away with here. Oh, are you making brownies or cupcakes? No, just cooking some dirt.
Dad, these cookies are great.
It tastes like dirt. Mind you, my cooking isn't that great anyways. So.
Sparky's invites us to his barbecue.
Oh.
Chris, Mark, barbecue in 3 weeks. OPR trains run during it. Just saying. Well, as long as they open the doors. Is Otter Valley open? Can we open or just curbside pickup?
From what I heard, they're still doing curbside pickup. I don't know if they're going to be opening the doors anytime soon.
Where am I here? Heath has joined us. Hey, Heath. So, a recap. Tank cars are nice from Atlas. These Athearn boxcars are okay.
They're okay.
But
I was a little disappointed.
Good wait, though. Good wait.
Like the getting from point A to point B, you'll get there.
There is no fire in the fireplace. Chris is moving. This is our last GVO After Dark in this house. July 1st, 2020. Chris is going to do a live show to show his track plant and his new home. I'm going to dye my beard red and white for Canada Day, and I think you're caught up. So,
do I actually have to come up with a track plan?
No.
In like 5 days?
No. Just teasing you.
Oh, but you forgot to mention the CN show.
Oh, yeah. The CN show is the next GVO After Dark. July. Last Thursday in July. Whatever that date that is.
I lost my date.
Did we talk about the new Digitrax throttle yet tonight? I didn't know there was a new Digitrax throttle. Did you?
Yes. And my response when I first saw that, I don't like change. That was my response. Now, when Digitrax redid the Zephyr, it was cute. You got the little button that looks like a train, you push it, and it makes a horn sound and whatnot. But it's same shape and whatnot. The handheld controller looks like those old satellite remotes, so it's like bubbly, like that. Yeah, it looks like
I haven't seen it.
It looks like a big bubble, with the comfort grip. 2 big knobs at the top, opposed to the little subtle ones. And then all the buttons that are on, like, big screen. The screen's nice, it's a nice size, and it's not super dark like the...
Do you 2 hands to hold this thing? It sounds like something really huge.
No, like, I'm kind of, I don't know, I might be exaggerating. It's like, so it looks like 2 cell phone.
Like an NC
Yeah, there
car?
we go. Yeah, it looks like this. And then it's rounded inward like that. And then there's 2 big knobs, and then...
Heath's thing has a color screen. A 2.4-inch color screen.
The screen looks better than all the DT whatevers. But the rest of it is kind of... I'm lost just looking at it. It has a button that's shaped like a train. Just like the Zephyr and all that. I'll show you a picture after, but...
well, Heath, you can be the first one to review it.
Yeah. I'm fine with the old ones. I don't plan on upgrading my Digitrax set. Like, I've got the LNWI anyways, so we control the trains using our cell phones, and that works for what we do.
Yeah, your cell phone.
Even having a second power station isn't even really necessary. I've got a 5 amp, and if the 5 amp was okay to do this, then it'll be okay to do the new layout.
Actually, Heath was impressed that I was using my Zephyr to run 3 trains in my last live show.
Yeah, no, I was just impressed running 3 trains in general. That was fun. And then, but like, yeah, the Zephyr, you can run up to 25 trains at once.
That's what I thought. So why invest in a bigger and better, more amperage?
Because when you look at the Zephyr, you're thinking more of like a 4x8 layout kind of thing. But when you get to a bigger, when you have more tracks, a bigger yard.
Okay. Like a train club.
Yeah. And also, you do the smart thing by killing the power to your yard tracks so that there's not constant power going through them, where that voltage is being put to use on the main line where you want it.
Okay.
which is very important. So there's that as well.
Speedster says 25 trainers at once. Yeah, apparently.
Or it stores 25 trains.
Okay.
I think it runs 25 trains.
I came very close to buying a Zephyr. So what'd you get, Heath? What do you?
The Zephyr is good.
I like it.
Yeah.
I love my Zephyr.
I have the Super Chief Extra right now.
So Heath, what do you have right now? And Sparky says, nice to see you guys back together. Very nice show. Thanks for the time well wasted. I think it's his birthday today. He's spending with us.
No, I thought his birthday was yesterday.
Roy said it was today. I don't know. It's his whole week. You get the whole week to celebrate.
That's true. That's true.
So Heath has the Digi Kidge. Oh, I can't pronounce that. Looks foreign. Oh, I think I saw his video when he showed that off or something. Yeah, today's today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
DigiKeys. Yeah, I think I saw his video or someone's video about that. DigiKeys. Bye, Dave. Have a good night. Happy birthday. Hey, Rob. So Heath's saying his DigiKeys has the LNWI built into it, which is kind of nice.
In some cases,
That's who uses it. Benny from Creative Rails. That's where I saw it.
He has the PR4 or the PR3 though.
I don't know.
Because the PR3, he has the PR4, which you can connect wirelessly to it, but you can also use your computer connected to it to.
That's one thing where I'm at.
Any rail.
Arduino. Electronics.
Lost. That's a whole other.
JMRI.
Yeah.
Oh man. Maybe when I'm retired and have time to dabble in that kind of stuff.
Dennis and Justin use the JMRI to change CV values and all that stuff.
Yeah. Even CV values I don't mess with.
No.
No.
I don't mind if it's stock. The only thing I would do in some cases is either turn up or turn down the volume. Yeah. I used to play around with, because I had an Athearn with DCC in it, and I changed the value of certain CVs where when you're turning up the speed, it would flash the lights because it would start going and you hear the ding, 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 ding. And then when you get above that speed, it stops. Yeah, or when you slow right back down, it's because you're coming into a station. So then it would start flashing again and ding, 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 ding. Which I thought was cool, but I don't know, I don't know. It gets confusing after a while, and it's still little adjustments that I don't like. You know, they don't really write this stuff out how to actually fully do it. I saw a video on how to do it, and that's why I was able to do it. I can't even remember who it was that, I want to say Penn Central 99 did the video on that.
Okay. Yeah, Justin is amazing what he uses. I'm sure it is. I like my simple system.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Right out of the box. That's the way it should be.
Plug and play.
Yeah, plug and play.
These Walther switch machines, plug and play.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Yep. I mean, it was either that or Tortoise. And I actually had a conversation earlier with another friend of mine, because he is doing the Tortoise. And I said, I would even go as far as getting Tortoise switch machines, but get the Walther's conversion set, where you plug the adapter to the Tortoise machine, and then that goes to the board, and you can connect like four.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool as well. But I mean, if you're getting the Walther's stuff, you might as well get the Walther's switch machines. It makes sense. It makes sense. How many people do we have? Oh wow.
Yeah, lots of people use NCE. Wireless.
I think I've been Digitrax guy. That was the first DCC system that I got, and it was just I just stuck with it. A lot of people say it's hard to use, but then when I look at other things like NCE, I look at that and I'm like, I have no idea.
Yeah. It's what I'm used to, eh?
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure you can learn anything. Like the more you use it, you get used to it and whatnot. But then when you go to a lot of clubs, a lot of the clubs that I've ever been to, anyways, they're all Digitrax anyways. So it doesn't hurt to, kind of keep it. If it's a mainstream thing, just keep on keeping on.
So Heath wants to know where you saw the new throttle. He knows a guy. I'm telling you, this guy knows a guy.
my friend has a friend. No, it's Facebook. I believe. Yeah, there was pictures circulating the other day, and then I believe they had a video or something. There was a video. I didn't watch the video, but yeah, I was looking at the picture, and then like people were also, because it's an online forum, they're like, what do you think? What do you think? And you read down the list, and everybody's very opinionative. Some people like it, some people don't.
Also, the topic changes. You get it far enough.
Yeah. And then there was just me. I don't like change. That's it. That's all it was. I'm already too invested in the controller that I have, and also I like the easy versatileness of using my phone or a tablet. It's just it's Apple making another Apple computer. That's all it is. Same thing. At least the old systems won't stop working. So I'm okay with it. And it's a nice controller, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
Justin says Ottawa trip in August, and I can bring my CN turbo train.
What? For what layout?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're coming in July there, so. But I don't know what layout they're gonna run it on though.
Ottawa trip in August.
Oh, in August. I thought it was July. Or is it August? Was I looking at July? Oh man, I asked Justin like 5 times, and he sent me a screenshot, and I could have sworn it said July. I might be wrong.
Mark's layout. Let's see what else we got here. Perry says they have pictures on their website, so I guess we go to Digitrax website.
That would be the main place to go. But yeah, I see everything on Facebook and Instagram because I'm like on there all the time.
Yeah, August he's coming.
August, okay.
So that gives you enough time to build a layout for a C1 CN turbo.
Oh jeez. Build a layout in 2 months. If you build it, they will come.
He says Facebook, never heard of it. My wife's on that thing, not me.
Not a lot of people still use the old FB, but for me personally, I have the Go Veer Go Home page, and that's the equivalent to my YouTube, only it's more up to date with photos. I never really use it for lives, but yeah, I'm always updating with pictures or funny things, and same thing with Instagram. Do I really need both? Probably not, but
I'm tempted.
to have an Instagram?
Yeah.
Just to upload cool photos?
Yeah.
Of your beard?
Beard updates.
It's like, so you know how, like, when you have a kid and you have the thing and you make the little mark on the wall every year when they get older? You see? That's fun. That's fun. I would follow that. Please do that. You know how they're always saying
Don't
there's
tell me,
never
'cause I
anything good on Insta? It's because you haven't done that yet.
Toronto Transit says, why don't you go rail fanning someday? There's no trains in Ottawa, really.
There's a station.
There's no... Yeah.
And the LRT is never working, so...
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, it's... there's not a lot of trains out our way, which is kind of sad.
It is.
But we were talking about doing a North Bay trip, weren't we? I don't know if I talked you into it or not. I want to do it. I don't know.
I'll sit in the back all masked up.
But yeah, I don't know. I want to go out to North Bay at some point, so it would be cool to do like a, because that's like 3 hours from here, and if you're in the Toronto area, technically that's about 3 hours from there as well.
Yeah.
So if you're in the Toronto area or the Ottawa area, wow. Then we could probably do like a meetup thing in like the North Bay area, which would be cool because they've got all the shops out there and whatnot,
And different colored sand, apparently. I would love to rub my fingers to that different colored sand.
I'll bring the buckets. I'll bring the gonna dig me a hole, right?
Terry said to go to Brockville. That's where they rail fan. Brandon, Perry.
Brockville. Yeah. They also go out to what's it called?
Boondocks?
No. It's
Englehart.
no.
Canada?
Past Canada. No, like that
Aren't
way.
Carlton Place?
Keep going. Past Carlton Place. Perth.
Smith Falls.
Smith Falls, yeah.
There it is.
Wow. I wouldn't have been able to sleep tonight. Yeah, that would have killed me. Yeah, Smith Falls, they go that way because the CP goes through there, and I'm
Right.
pretty sure even the military, like, I passed by one time and it was dark, so I couldn't really see, but I'm pretty sure it was one of the military trains that was going by, and I couldn't see, and I was driving, so I couldn't just pull over, and it was dark too, so I can't really see much, but they go through there. But I wish I had more time that I could actually go and do that, and I don't.
I think Perry just pulls over when he's driving his big truck, no? Yeah, I got a flat tire.
Yeah,
Flat tire.
Flat
Pulls
tire.
over. Rail fans. Back on.
I do that.
See in Brockville, you will see more trains. Yeah. It is summer. We'll see.
Yeah.
I think I've turned my wife into a rail fanner.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does she like seeing the trains, or?
She does. I turned her into a train fan.
Oh.
Rail fan. Train fan? Rail fan.
Well, seeing as how there's like no shows this year, I mean, it kind of makes up for it, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that there won't be any actual shows until at least, January, February next year, maybe even April. Who knows?
Was the Toronto one canceled?
It hasn't officially been canceled yet.
What do you think it will be?
Most people,
Yeah.
it's safe to assume.
Ah, it's too bad.
Yeah. Because I make the drive for the Brampton show, usually every year,
Mm-hmm.
at least for one of the days.
Yeah.
So.
Always a fun time. Why not come down to Toronto? See, the thing with Toronto, I'll speak for myself. I'm not a fan of driving all that way and coming back the same day. I gotta sleep overnight, so then it's a 2-day trip. Whereas Brockville, Smith Falls, that's just like a 1-day trip. Even Kingston, is there trains in Kingston? I go as far as Kingston.
Well, the VIA used to go to Kingston.
Yeah.
So, but then that's just, you can catch that train
I know.
anywhere. You don't have to go right to Kingston just to see it.
Yeah.
But, like, even for me, I've done the whole day trip thing. Yeah, I'd sooner make it a 2-day thing.
It's a lot of driving.
Yeah.
It's a lot of driving.
Usually, you feel pretty dead by the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I had so much fun rail fanning the CN yard in Toronto.
Mhm.
That was really cool to see for the first time. I could have stood there for hours just watching them work. Huge yard.
There's actually this one spot, and Chris, Big CW, he actually took me to in Burlington, which is right behind a Best Buy.
That's where James is from, I think. Burlington. He says Burlington Aldershot.
Yeah. So you know the Best Buy, right behind the Best Buy. There's like a wall, and then it's grass. You go up, and it's like a mound, and then it goes downhill to a fence, and then you've got about like 4 or 5 tracks there, and the Go just flies by there really quick, but you can get like a very good long distance shot, so you can kind of see them coming. They're quick about it, but yeah, you're right up on a hill, kind of pointing down, so you're almost level with it. And Yeah, no, it's a good area to go rail fanning for sure. I don't know if it's Aldershot. I don't know all the names.
Gosh, I don't know. The Brampton show is still scheduled for October. Yeah.
I mean, if kids are supposed to go back to school in September.
Every train show I've been to is so crowded. It's gonna be so hard to.
Yeah.
Follow the arrows.
Follow the arrows. I could never follow the arrows at a train show because I like to backtrack.
I know.
You know.
I know. It's not worth. Even if they do open it, I'm not sure it's worth it to go for me. I know there's too many people.
Yeah, I don't do too well in crowds.
I'll just send you do a live.
You send me.
I'll e-transfer you money if you find something good.
That's fair. That's fair. We do that often.
I live beside two big rail yards, CN and CP. So they're close together, the CN yards and the CP yards?
But there's 3 CN yards out that way. There's Mac Yard and I don't know all the names.
Oh, okay.
But there's the one in Brampton, one in, I think it's near Burlington, or it goes through near Burlington, something like that. And then
I think I saw
there's another one.
The Mac one.
That's a Mac Yard?
I think so. It was huge.
Yeah, because my buddy that works for CN, he cycles between all 3.
Oh, yeah.
So he works like the yard or whatever, but sometimes they need him at one, sometimes they need him at another. So he's in, driving distance of all 3. So.
Cool. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, let's call it. So, just a swift, kind reminder, the 16th of July, which by now I've got it down, you'll be running trains live from your place. I'll be watching. You'll be watching. And you're going to run some cool new stuff. And then plus some other stuff and whatnot. And then you'll see us July 30th, which is the next.
The new house.
Can I raise the roof still? Is that a thing?
Yeah. I always do.
Yeah. Usually you're lifting the roof off and you're like, because you very used to do that. But yeah, so July 30th, which is the next GVO After Dark. Stay tuned for that because we're doing the CN show, which is going to be awesome.
Yes.
I'm excited. I'm excited now. Actually, I was excited like 4 months ago, but then that wore off. But now I'm excited again, so that's cool. And we'll be in the new place, and we'll get you that fireplace, and maybe we'll find you that window for your dressing room that I promised you like 4 or 5 months ago.
That's the actual reason why he's moving.
Yeah, I needed bigger accommodations just so he had his own dressing room. Yeah. And make up room or something. Beer groom.
Beer grooming.
But
what if I shave CN in my beard?
CN? Yeah, I don't know.
Or just black and red for CN? That's what I'll do.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I'd pay to see that, but
or like the black and white stripes.
The zebras. You gonna go zebra?
For the show, Chris. I'll do it
for the show? Okay.
Dedication. Commitment.
I gotta find some stripes too to wear for that. Or just a big North American map thingy. Logo. Yeah, the logo. I think I found a shirt that had the North American.
Really?
So, yeah. But yeah. So that was GVO After Dark number 20. Thanks for coming.
My pleasure. A lot of fun.
A lot of fun. We always have fun here.
I waited 4 long months to be here.
I got lonely. I'm not gonna lie. I was very lonely. But it's good to have you back, and it's good to be back.
And don't forget to send the address of your new place, so I can find it.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll send it to you. Okay. But until next time, don't forget July 16th, and we'll have more for you then. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in.
Have a good night, everybody. Oh, right, I'm supposed to end it. Wow.
I'll type in stop
Okay.
stop stream here.
Yeah, see, that's what I was waiting for, right? I thought that would stop, but it didn't stop. And
Bye
then,
guys.
where's the off button? Oh, there we go.